from Patrick Mahomes literally paying refs, to teams using fake fans, or in the middle of a Super Bowl, someone shutting the lights off to make themselves $1 billion, which moment in this video is the most rigged in NFL history? Well, CeeDee Lamb's moment wasn't just rigged. It got him exposed in front of an entire NFL stadium. Because towards the end of a close game, the Cowboys ran a play where they were about to take the lead, when the ref apparently didn't even notice CeeDee getting his damn pants pulled down. Like, what? That was ass! Or at least pass interference, and the refs clearly saw that. But since no flag was thrown like it should have been, and that led to the Cowboys not even scoring on that play, it not only wasted enough time causing them to eventually lose, people were pissed saying it looked rigged, claiming the NFL looked like the WWE now, and even had fans tracking down one of the main refs' locations and finding out he was from Florida, just 20 minutes away from where this game was played, and they felt that he was just trying to rig the game to make his hometown win. But even though CeeDee got his ass whipped out on live TV, that's not even close to some of the most rigged moments in NFL history later in this video. Like, there's NFL players who literally paid refs. There's even a rigged moment that made somebody over $1 billion and so much more. But before we get to those, another rigged moment got a player fined over $15,000. That massive hit on Drew Brees caused a fumble, then got Ahmad Brooks flagged for contact to the neck of the quarterback. But after checking the replay, Ahmad's arm wrapped around the top of Brees' chest, not his neck, so the call was wrong. That call gave the Saints another opportunity, and it eventually led to them winning the game. Man, I already know 49ers fans were like, because people immediately felt like the NFL told refs to rig moments like this just to protect quarterbacks. Articles were written about how Brees got star treatment. Then other NFL legends came out saying it was a clean hit and the refs just baby the quarterbacks. But once the man who actually made the tackle said, "I think this is bullshit, football's watered down, it ain't real no more," the NFL decided to review the play and possibly get things right now. But did they? Hell nah, they made the situation even worse. Now the league itself even claimed that Ahmad made forcible contact to the head or neck area and fined him almost $16,000. 16 bans? All because of what he did with his hands? Well, that's not as crazy as the NFL's own equipment rigging a game, just to lose this next player a chance at making NFL history. That bullshit happened to Vikings kicker Will Reichert, because through the first 4 weeks of the season, this white boy wasn't just 7 for 7 on field goal attempts and 9 for 9 on extra points, aka 100%. He was so on fire that he even kicked a 62-yarder, the longest field goal in Vikings history. But that wasn't the only history he was chasing. Will was trying to become the second Viking ever to not miss a single kick all season. So when his squad hopped on a jet and traveled all the way to London for an international game, things were close between them and the Browns when Will lined up for a kick to tie the game up. But that's when... Whoa, wait a minute, go back. Did you see it? Looking closer, he didn't just miss the kick that bad on accident. The ball actually hit the NFL's camera wire, causing it to ricochet, which, according to NFL rules, this should have allowed a re-kick. But since the refs claimed it was just a miss, even though they reviewed it, now a legendary moment was ruined. Now, at least the NFL is lucky that it didn't completely ruin the game, cause the Vikings still ended up winning in the end. But that didn't stop plenty of fans pointing out how the NFL's caption on the highlights ironically said this game went down to the wire, feeling like the NFL used their own equipment to rig the outcome of games. And they even said you better subscribe if you want that FieldFlix face reveal. What are you doing? Subscribe! Alright, they didn't say that, but they did say a rigged moment cost Will a chance at making some crazy NFL history. But as wild as that was, I never, ever thought the Chiefs would get away with their rigged moments, or a moment so rigged that it made someone over $1 billion. Which I'll tell you all about after this next NFL team actually rigged moments using fake fans. I didn't even know that was possible, but that happened because at the time, the Rams weren't known for having die-hard fans who'd fill their home stadium, which left plenty of seats open for opposing fans. That's why during a game between the Rams and 49ers, pretty much anywhere you looked, it was gold and red, because their stadium was completely taken over by 49ers fans. But weirdly enough, when the game started getting close, the Rams had a crucial third down where their fans got overly hyped. Okay, somehow the crowd was cheering louder than ever, even though there weren't that many fans, so things were getting suspicious. Someone even captured the moment from another angle, showing how the Rams must have been playing fake crowd noises.
None of these fans are making noise.
Alright, when I saw that, I was like,
What? Philadelphia? Oh, hell no!
because people weren't even standing or seemed to give a single shit about the game, which proved the Rams weren't just playing fake crowd cheers. They had to be doing it during big moments just to get their players feeling like they had great home field advantage, aka trying to rig the outcome.
They play fake crowd noise because their crowd isn't that turned.
They're playing fake crowd noise?
Yeah,
that's so weird.
Because on third downs, you see the crowd is sitting down, but somehow there's noise coming from somewhere. So we're just looking around last year. We're like, hold on, that noise is coming from the speakers because this crowd nobody's turned up right now.
Nobody's screaming, yeah.
Man, if even other NFL players think the Rams are cheating, what if I told you the greatest player in NFL history only became the GOAT because the NFL forced him into becoming that with rigged moments? Tom motherfucking Brady. You already know who this story's about. For literally years, I've seen stories about the NFL rigging moments for Brady to become the best and doing whatever they could to make him their golden child. So I definitely wasn't surprised when even Brady himself admitted that a career-changing moment should have never even happened. He was just trying to go to his 5th Super Bowl, but the only team he needed to get through was the Jaguars. Now, they've always been ass and they're known as choke artists who've never even made it to a Super Bowl, so I definitely expected them to get blown out. But that's when the Jags came out putting belt to ass while easily scoring touchdowns and field goals until eventually Brady was down 10 with not that much time left. So now with the Patriots desperately needing a spark, that's when his squad ran a crazy trick play where his teammate eventually ended up getting the ball stripped away. But that stupid ass ref thought the Jaguars player was touched while he was down, so the play was ruled dead, when in reality, he wasn't even and should have been able to run it all the way back for a touchdown to give the Jags a 17-point lead, which would have basically secured the win. This wrong call was about to change the entire game, and the players knew it, so I am not shocked the player spiked the ball and damn near punched someone in the head. Now the momentum completely flipped, the Patriots got the ball back, and of course, they scored 14 straight points in a crazy comeback to eventually win. That not only sent Brady to the Super Bowl where he won his 5th ring, the craziest part is that even Brady admitted that the refs helped him get there.
2017 AFC Championship game. Yeah. And the Jags fans probably love this. I'll take opportunity. Miles Jack, was he down?
On the, oh no, I don't think he was down. Oh God, I don't think we were catching him either. I sure as hell wasn't gonna tackle him.
Thank you, Jaguars Nation, there you go.
I know.
It's not your fault, it's the ref's fault.
I know.
But honestly, rigging things for one player is not as crazy as the NFL trying to rig a Super Bowl just to make themselves over $1 billion. February 3rd, 2013, here in New Orleans, Louisiana. The Ravens were taking on the 49ers, which was supposed to be one of the most entertaining Super Bowls of all time, until the Ravens came out dominating by throwing touchdown after touchdown after touchdown, and even scoring on a 109-yard kickoff return, which was the longest in NFL history. Oh my God. Now, even though I was in my room dancing like this when my Ravens were up 28-6, the NFL felt like a blowout would make any other fans lose interest or stop watching in the second half, so they had to act fast. And out of absolutely nowhere, lights went out due to a faulty device that caused a power outage. Now, something blacking out during the biggest game of the year? I thought only I'd do something like that. But the game was now delayed for 34 straight minutes and was about to change the course of the NFL forever. Because once things recovered, the momentum was completely out of the Ravens' favor. The 49ers immediately started dominating to score 17 unanswered points and had them start making a comeback. But in the end, even though my Ravens were still able to luckily pull off a win, the NFL rigging the game with lights caused some never-before-seen drama and made the game way more entertaining and viral, which was exactly what the NFL wanted. Because now more fans tuned in on different networks to watch the second half, way more commercials were able to play. And that's only a few of the main reasons that led to the NFL making around $1.3 billion during the Super Bowl. But it was not just me or fans feeling like the game was rigged to keep them watching. Even the Ravens' star player knew the lights going out was on purpose.
A lot of things have happened in 100 years, but only once has there been a Super Bowl where the lights go out. There's a little bit of a flow.
You need to tell me straight up right now who made that call.
I don't know.
$1 billion stadium, lights ain't going out, Peyton, unless something is at risk. Guys, this is an executive decision. Hit the lights.
It's like
Man, that's crazy, but for $1 billion, I'd do a lot of things. Anyways, and speaking of money, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs being involved in 3 other rigged moments involve paying the refs and one of the most hated NFL fans of all time, Taylor Swift. Their first rig moment is actually a time the refs purposely let the Chiefs go against NFL rules. They were down in a close game when out of nowhere, a ball boy got a ref's attention to help the coach call a timeout. Now, even though NFL rules explicitly explicitly prohibit ball boys from assisting and calling timeouts, somehow it was granted. The Chiefs were able to re-strategize, then a few plays later, they scored the go-ahead touchdown. Eventually they won? Basically all because of that rule-breaking timeout that led to a score. So fans started crashing out saying, "Rigged for Chiefs, this is illegal," and even claimed the refs let them blatantly cheat. But it's not just fans speaking out about the Chiefs' rigged moments. Their second one came when an NFL star had something to say when the NFL rigged a game involving Taylor Swift. It's been an absolute known fact that the moment she started coming to Chiefs games, the NFL didn't just post her on their socials 34 times, which got 170 million impressions. Travis Kelce's jersey sales jumped 400%, and data was showing that the NFL gained 4 million new female fans. Even the commissioner was saying, "We see the data. People are talking about the game that weren't talking about it yesterday, and whatever that reason is, I'm good with it." So they obviously wanted to do whatever they could to keep the hype going and keep Taylor coming to stadiums, which had them rig another game. It was late where the Jets had a chance to beat the Chiefs, especially when Mahomes had to get an extremely long first down. But somehow, they got a wide open area to run and ended up getting that first down? How was that even possible? Well, wait, I know how. It's because a Jets player was being held more than anyone I've ever seen before, and all that happened right in front of the ref. Now, if that moment didn't feel rigged enough, not long after, the Chiefs were stuck with another long third down where this time, Mahomes threw an interception. Here I thought nothing could save Mahomes since it definitely should have given the Jets the ball. But as soon as the ref saw his opponents caught it, man, of course he threw a flag. I was thinking, on who and for what? Because this shit was getting out of hand, especially after the ref claimed Sauce Gardner was holding during this? Oh my, that bad call gave Mahomes a do-over, whatever that is, which he of course used to drive down the field, waste the clock, and eventually win the game again. But to make things even crazier, the NFL damn near ratted on themselves for wanting the Chiefs to win by putting "Chiefs are 2-0 as Swifties" in their official Instagram bio, which led to Sauce tweeting, maybe if I was a Swiftie, the ref wouldn't have threw the flag. That is insane. But refs rigging 1 or 2 games for the Chiefs, that's not as crazy as this final moment that's 17 times crazier, and will definitely expose Mahomes for paying the refs because they've been rigging things for him to be better than he actually is. Just like the called back interception versus the Jets that we just talked about, people are getting absolutely sick of seeing Mahomes get lucky when he made a terrible play. Even one nerdy fan dug deep and found out that since 2018, Mahomes leads the league in interceptions that were called back, aka the refs preventing them from even happening. From making a bad throw, then his opponent's getting a flag for illegal contact, when it was actually the Chiefs player who threw someone to the ground, to Mahomes throwing an interception, then getting bailed out by a soft roughing the passer penalty, which even the player knew was bullshit. There were also multiple interceptions that Mahomes threw that were called back because of pass interference, or a player barely being touched when the throw was just bad, got called a penalty. Like, bro, there's no fucking way this nonsense is called in some of the biggest moments. And even though all these made me look at the refs like,
You're a pussy.
The refs have been rigging so many moments for Mahomes that since 2018, he leads the league in interceptions being called back with not like 6 or 7, but 17. So he's gotta secretly be paying off refs when nobody's looking, or one of his teammates is, cause we've definitely seen refs get money before, but you've never seen this before, so I'll see you there, you know what to do.